legends.
Welcome to Big D Energy on Woodward Sports.
Featuring four-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty, the golden voice of Neal Ruhl, and the iconic Terry Foster. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D Energy.
Yo, welcome back, everybody. Another episode of Big D Energy
Big D!
On a Thursday here on Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl. That guy over there is DMac, Darren McCarty. That guy in the captain's chair, of course, is T-Foss, Terry Foster. Sam Flannel is here. Spenmo is here. We are locked. We are loaded. We are squad deep, as they say, and we are ready to rock on a Thursday.
Fun today here, and we not even on the air.
No, we've been chopping it up. It's been a festive feeling here. We've been having a good time talking about it. I was at the Red Wings game last night. We will discuss.
You're like Queen Latifah.
I've had it up to here.
You set it off. It set it off last night with the Red Wings, and then we're going to talk about it and stuff like that. But you were in the building.
I was in the building. I was sitting with the common folk.
You were.
I wasn't lording over in a suite. No, I was, like down by the ice and stuff like that. But we got to transition everywhere.
You got hit by a puck. That's how close you were.
No, you can't. You can't anymore.
I know,
which is kind of disappointing to some degree. But we were down. So we will talk. We will discuss. And I admit that it's very close. We're still within 24 hours. But I had some thoughts about what transpired.
And we can't wait to hear them.
Oh, okay then. Okay. We have Lions discussion, obviously. 11:42. This thing's taken off on social media. And jump into the woodwardsports.com
I'm sorry
chat
I missed
thread.
it yesterday, but I went back and I watched it on the woodwardsports.com.
So you're up to date.
Anytime. The greasy hair really bothers people, eh?
It really does.
It really does.
At 11:42, we will have our Aaron Rodgers hate segment, right, Spenmo? Get our guy Silky Johnson.
Yep.
We will live up to his name and live up to his honor, and we will discuss Aaron Rodgers and the Aaron Rodgers hate segment. Sam Flannel has promised a good one.
Yes, I can't wait to give my thoughts on that. And I think this will be one that a lot of people share in common with me. It's one that I'm surprised we didn't go over yesterday. Cannot wait for that Aaron Rodgers hate segment.
There's been two things that I've noticed. There's been two truths with the Aaron Rodgers hate segment when I put it on social media, Terry. Number one, people want to know, why is it just one segment? Why don't you do a show? A 2-hour show. Could it be done? I probably could.
A little over the top. I would veto that.
You would veto that?
Yes.
But do you think it could be done, though?
It's humanly possible.
Okay. So there you have that. And number two, DMac, the amount of vitriol for his hair.
That's what I noticed. And that's and I guess he just got a cut too, right?
Yeah.
So is that the grease straps down?
Speaking of cut, Jeff Ifrati's sitting in a chair right now.
Is he really?
Yeah.
There's that overriding tone. Now, you guys are responsible for this. We have movement in the Jeff Ifrati integrity drama that's been unfolding.
It probably happened because of one Darren Alexander McCarty.
And I'll set the scene here before we go live to DMac for comment. Darren McCarty, the Minister of Integrity. That is his official title. That's what it says on his paychecks here at Woodward Sports. When he files his taxes, when they ask for your job description, he says Woodward Sports, Minister of Integrity. And T-Foss, you saw it all unfold. I walked in on it happening.
I saw the whole thing.
He sat him down, right?
Spoke to him in a firm yet friendly way.
Much like a father.
I was going to say an uncle, but yeah, father.
Uncle.
I like Uncle T. Uncle D.
Uncle D-Mac.
Yeah.
So
I got one kid, the lovable psychopath in the death match. That's all I can handle. But Jeff, yes, like a young nephew.
Yeah. So set the scene for us. You sat him down and spoke to him about integrity.
And actually, the conversation started where you guys, and it was very important, to me, that Terry heard the beginning of the conversation that I went at it, right? Firm but friendly. And what are you trying to accomplish, young man? You're a fine young man. I think that came out, which we understand. But, Jeff Ifrati, right, has something where, and I think in talking it out, and I don't want to speak for him, but there are reasons, and he understands the why. What do I always say? I've realized, Darren McCarty's realized, I don't need to know the right or wrong. I will morally work on that, but I need to know the why.
Right.
So with Jeff is the why it happened, but again, are you going to be known, bottom line, are you going to be known accountable with integrity to your word? Which, can we all agree that young man has a fine future in this business?
He's got a very fine future.
He is one of the shining bright stars, not only in this station, in this state, in this country. I look for him and ask more questions on Jeff than anything. So, in saying that, to hold the accountability, which you think you're going to be doing for the next 60 years or so, this is a big moment. And I just wanted to bring it to his attention of sort of how do you set yourself apart? Because no matter what, and I think it's important that as he explained how he got himself into the situation, but that, I don't care. Like I said to him, I don't care what the refs called, bud.
You know what he's afraid of. He's afraid.
It ain't what the refs called. It ain't goaltender interference. It ain't anything like that. This is where we're at. How do you want to be remembered? So that's all I said. Allegedly, it seems like the voting public at the station thinks he's going to get it done, but we will see.
We will see.
He's his own man. I think that's the beauty. Just like I'm my own 12-year-old man eating Pop-Tarts, the blueberry one. Thank you very much for those, by the way. But Jeff, we will see. So I would stay tuned because, like Neal, I always say, life is like wrestling. Wrestling's like life. So if he does go sit in the chair, I want to hear before that razor goes to the head. And then maybe tomorrow I will be turned into Morning Wood just to see and to hear from Jeff Frady.
And you know what? That new look could be debuted here on Big D Energy.
Well, stick around.
Well, you know what? That I would not leave for the next hour and 53 minutes because you never know. Maybe accountability and integrity. I can give him a check mark right here. So that's where we're at. It was just Terry, I thought it was a conversation. You know what it made me as I was watching Terry and having this conversation? I felt like T-Foss. I felt like what he offers to all the young, fine people around the establishment. So it was important, but I think that he got the point.
I think he did too.
If it comes out of your mouth, you can say anything you want, guys. Remember that. But the only thing you have is your word.
Absolutely.
Now, I've made a promise. If the Lions beat Green Bay, I'm going to shave my head.
T-Foss did drop that bomb as well.
That's right.
I like it.
And if they go to the playoffs,
yes,
Spencer Raxter will get Dan Campbell's face tattooed on his thigh.
Yes.
Did you say on
his
but
thigh?
Not between.
Not between.
Yes.
Okay.
On, but not in.
Not inner thigh, not just right on my thigh.
And the reason you're saying that not on the inner thigh, Spenmo, there's no like innuendo to that or anything.
No.
It's just friction.
No,
Friction will wear that tattoo away.
Will wear that off. Yeah.
What, he's saving that for Ben Johnson or for Goff?
Yeah.
If he wins the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
He's got to save it for Goff winning a Super Bowl.
Keep the spot
If
open.
Goff wins the Lions a Super Bowl, Spenny's got to get a Goff 16 inner thigh tattoo.
Are you saying that Spenny has corduroy thighs?
Hey, then, I'm just saying that sometimes I need some baby powder.
I won't comment on it. I'll just say that. And by the way, too, that little integrity talk I think was very motivating, Sam Flannel. Remember when DMac just said, it wasn't the refs that put us in this position or anything like that?
Yes.
Maybe some of your brethren should take a page out of that accountability book. It wasn't the moisture on the field or people slipping around or anything like that. Just remember that.
No. Michigan lost once because of a crowned field.
Yeah. The field wasn't too crowned.
What does that even mean?
A pink locker room.
Yep.
I've said repeatedly on this show that Michigan, if they wanted to be a championship level team, you overcome those things, especially when one of the overturned touchdowns, the ball is still at the 1-inch line. Stop blaming the refs, Michigan. They didn't get it done. Live in it, hate it, and just come back next year.
Yep. Come back next year. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Mike G, first one in this morning, says that was big boy hockey last night. 'Twas. We will discuss it coming up.
Sadiq Bey, game winner.
In the second half. Sadiq Bey with the game winner as they beat the Golden State Warriors. And Isaiah Stewart not putting up with Draymond Green stuff.
No.
Squaring up.
There you go.
Beef stew.
Beef stew is not
my
somebody
guy.
I would trifle with.
No. Again, I always talk about it. There are some people you just don't want it from.
Yes. Beef stew is one of those.
Beef stew is definitely one of those people. Tammy Chin, afternoon. Darren, Neal, Spencer, and Sam. Tammy, good afternoon. We'll get that Red Wings talk for you coming up in the second hour. Paul Thomas, very embarrassing last night. Red Wings, that was a crap effort. We will discuss.
It's funny because I put in the prep Red Wings embarrassed by Devils.
Which they were. Rack says Jalen Duren just keeps getting better and better and more exciting to watch. And you know what, Rack? That's a great segue, too. Low-key, I looked around last night when I got back and checked out the end of the Pistons game and saw Duren's numbers and all that. I'm just saying, 400 to 1 to win Rookie of the Year.
Paul Bencaro
That's a
would have
$10
to
bet.
die.
Things happen.
Things happen. You'd have to break a little.
And here
Yeah.
isn't the thing too, and just a little side note, isn't a lot of these like longer term bets as they play out through the season? And I used, for example, at the beginning for TCU to make the playoffs was like 200 to 1. As it gets closer, some of these websites have the buyouts, right?
Right.
So you could actually make money and get a buyout along the way. So you don't have to wait and see. It's not just $10 win or lose. That $10, if Jalen Duren continues it and it goes down to 100 to 1, it could be worth, $25 or $30. So that, something that I think that isn't old school gambling, but it's sort of the new age gambling. So why not put $10 on it, even if you think that he's going to keep continuing to get better and better, like Rake says, it's exciting each time he's out there.
Right, absolutely. Brandon Katz jumps in, too. Brandon, we don't need to get this granular with it. With the Durham won't win Rookie of the Year on a team with the Pistons record. That's why he's 400 to 1, Brandon. But there's a chance.
Can you get it to 50 to 1, and that's an 8 to 1 move up, and your $10 turned into $30 or $40. That's all. It's one of these things that if you're going to watch, and he's an exciting part to watch.
He is far and away the best rebounding rookie. I would contend he's a top 10 NBA rebounder right now.
I would agree with that.
And I there's no bullshit with that. No. Like that's a genuine take.
I would agree with that.
So when you have an elite skill set at something.
In his first game, Greg Kelser compared him to Dennis Rodman and Andre Drummond on just the
technique,
the innate ability to find a rebound,
the technique of rebounding. And guys, you know how this works, man. And backing up your point, DMac, about a 400 to 1 becoming a 30 to 1 or whatever. I don't know if you guys know this about us. We're a stat-based, stat-crazed society. He has a stretch where, say, he gets 5 out of 6 games with 20-plus rebounds, which isn't.
Well,
it's not crazy.
We see him what I see now, and I think Rake brought up the point is that slowly but surely, more minutes,
right?
Being a bigger part of the team, playing into the second half of the year. I don't see really him slowing down. Do you see him?
No.
Right, I think with his size, and it's sort of like the development. Yeah, he can bank on those rebounding. If he starts putting up consistently those numbers around 20, it's going to get. It doesn't matter what place your team is in.
And it doesn't matter if you value rebounding or not, T-Foss. If you roll out and you're a rookie, an 18-year-old rookie turning into a 19-year-old rookie, and all of a sudden, again, you go a 6 or 7 game stretch with 20-plus rebounds, you're getting into discussion. I don't care if people value rebounding or not, T-Foss. You were in the media. If it pops off the page
in
at
the
you.
media, I think he's in the discussion here, but not nationally. He's going to have to put together some 5-6 games of 30 points. I think people are mesmerized by the points, not so much by the rebounds.
They will be if it's astronomical. Like 30 points is the equivalent to 20 rebounds, is it not?
It would be.
Like nationally.
I would say more than that.
As a 19-year-old kid.
30-point games happen a
Isn't
lot
that more
more.
like 40 points?
Yeah, 30-point games happen a lot more often than 20 rebound games.
No doubt.
With rookies, though.
That's what I'm saying. It would be such rarefied air that you would have to look at it. Yeah. Again, I'm not saying lay it even money. It's 400 to 1.
Yeah.
Put $10 on it to win $4,000.
That's fair.
You're going to spend $10 on dumber stuff today.
Probably.
That's my point. I will.
I'm sure you will.
I'll instead of buying Pop-Tarts. Oh, by the way, too, Sandy, once again, thank you on behalf of DMac. Thank you for sending in the frosted
Sandy's
Pop-Tarts.
here today.
Oh, okay.
He's getting a haircut.
Okay. Let's go.
We did a taste testing in the back of all the
Yes.
mystery flavors.
I know we're late for the break, but real quick, what was
Snickerdoodle was kind of
mid?
Mid, yeah.
I feel bad. I see the hurt in your eyes.
I wanted it to be good. I really wanted it because Snickerdoodles are my favorite cookies. I think the consensus was the frosted cupcake ones.
Yeah, really? The ones that had actual wax in them. Actual wax. It was listed on the list of ingredients.
For what?
Actual wax. They had a cupcake confetti frosting Pop-Tart with actual wax.
They're pretty good. It's tasty wax.
Yeah,
okay.
well, that's why I stick to the go-tos.
Yeah, like we had the OGs, obviously, like the s'mores and the hot fudge.
We all know what we're dealing with
but
those.
Like out of the Snickerdoodle, the Boston cream, and
how's the Boston cream?
Boston creams are all right. I'm not a Boston cream guy though, so I'm kind of jaded that way.
Yeah.
But the consensus, I think, was that the cupcake one.
I will say that I felt the excitement from Pop-Tart Nation, and I equate it to bourbon.
Yeah.
Because, you have these unicorn bottles of bourbon that you can't get.
Very fair assessment.
Yeah. Those were the vibes I was getting.
I like Pop-Tarts like you guys like bourbon.
Yeah, and to get an exotic.
Yeah.
Like a Snickerdoodle. Well, you can't just walk in the store.
You don't just find those.
No.
You
like
gotta dig. You got to dig for those.
Those appear from the heavens, a lot like the case of Frosted Pop-Tarts.
I've heard the Eggo Waffles Pop-Tarts are really good.
Really?
Yeah.
See, now you're talking into like variants and limited
Yeah,
run,
no,
limited
I
production.
I gotta think that have to be toasted.
No, you got to. I mean, most of them are better toasted.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Of course they are. All right, let's get it back on track here. We are live at the Planet Fitness Studios, and I'm coming to you live from Planet Fitness about an hour or so ago. That's when I rolled out of there. It's home of the Judgment Free Zone. Membership starting at just $10 a month. Join today in club. You'll pass a couple on the way home, or jump on your computer. Go to planetfitness.com. We, Woodward Sports, will be broadcasting live from the Planet Fitness on Eureka Road in Southgate. That's tomorrow, everybody. You can meet Darren McCarty, Ryan Ermanni, the rest of the team. Chances to win tickets to see Joel Embiid, James Harden, and the 76ers take on your Detroit Pistons. Watch Jalen Duren go for 22 rebounds against Joel Embiid. Terry, you can do that, and your tickets could be yours at Planet Fitness tomorrow on Eureka Road in Southgate all day long. Get on out there, see Woodward Sports. Free pizza from 12 to 3 o'clock as well. I can't do anything else for you guys. That's it. We'll see you out there tomorrow at Planet Fitness. We're your fitness, Darren McCarty.
We got the plates up tomorrow, folks, in Southgate, where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goffs, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog.
Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Off and running, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Terry Foster, Sam Flannel, Spencer Rackstad here in the building. Mike G says Spencer loves wax. Apparently you do if it's in a Pop-Tart.
I'm a big wax guy, I guess.
So, can you guys confirm?
Like wax in my dabbery.
Same.
Mike G says, can I deliver diabetes to the studio?
Dude, Mike G one time dropped off a care package for the heavyweights while we were live on air. It was like 20 Coney dogs and like 10 fries. It was awesome.
How many of those you guys eat?
I put down 4 myself.
That's it?
Yeah, on air.
He was working. He was hosting the show as he was doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I put down 4 on air.
You expect more out of him?
I took 3 home, and I gave 1 to my dad.
He was like Dylan Larkin last night. I walked away expecting more.
The next morning was gross.
Fair enough.
I'll tell you that.
Fair enough.
I
Got
think-
it. You're
I think
on
that is
one
fair.
today.
I'm heated,
probably
bro.
bad. So I apologize to everybody before we start talking Red Wings because, it was a great family trip last night for Mr. Ruhl and Neal Ruhl and the Ruhl boys, and they had fun. But Neal was in the building, so his eyeballs were on the game.
Twice.
And he came in spitting fire this morning. But
No.
you know what? You're not spitting things that aren't needing to be discussed.
Yeah, and for me, T-Foss, look, it was simple. I've never seen, and I forget the exact number, 32, 33 shots they had, something like that. I never saw a more nondescript, more non-threatening, just never felt like they were going to score in the game last night. That was just the feeling I got. The only line that seemed to have any kind of energy, that had any kind of possession, that actually only ever flipped the game was Kubalik's line. Like that was it.
You know what? And I mentioned this because I did Game Day Live yesterday between the second. It felt to me that they needed to get that first goal, right? That they were close, that it was like levee breaks if they get the first goal. Unfortunately, they waited until 2 minutes left in the game when you're down 5-0 to score your first goal. But to me, it didn't seem the game was out of hand. I've seen some worse games throughout the year, but I see it in the chat thread, Brandon Katz, everything else. When you're score the fourth least amount of goals in the NHL, it doesn't matter. And it's really, really, as of late, the goals against has been up. The defensive game hasn't been good enough. I mean, yes, I say it all along, the 1-1-3, but that system, it's struggling right now. And guys, you're entering those dog days of the season. But this is when push comes to shove. We were hoping that guys getting healthy, getting guys back in the lineup. You can't hold Robbie Fabry responsible to anything except getting his feet wet. And I thought for his first game in like 9 months, he looked good. He's going to be a positive, factor offensively to this team. But they need to find a way to score goals. Scoring goals, where do you look? You look right to the C. You look down the middle, and it's not good enough. But whether it's Bertuzzi or whether it's Larkin and Raymond, right, and whoever's playing with them, so it's just not good enough, Neal. And you're right, because you lose games like that inside the division. Now you're 9 points away, 7 points away, losing traction. It gets out of hand a little quicker than you want.
No, absolutely, and we are, we got DMax 5 for fighting coming up in the second hour. But T-Foss, like for me, I was almost angry they scored that goal at the end of the game.
Why?
Because they deserved to be shut out last night. They deserved that. It's like when the Tigers rallied to sweep the Twins at the end of 2003 when they were going to.
We were both at those games.
Both. I went to those games.
I did not know you.
And I walked away feeling cheated because they were the worst team in the history of baseball. I don't care what the record says. I watched it. They were the worst team ever. They deserved that attached to their name. And the Red Wings last night deserved a shutout attached to their name. And if that gets somebody mad, I'm sorry. That was the feeling I had when I walked out of that building.
I don't know what it is, but there's certain teams they play that choke them out. You're not coming through the neutral zone. You're not going to get the puck deep in. You're not going to get close in shots.
Everything.
We're going to strangle you.
Yeah, everything. They were just pushed outside routinely.
I think New Jersey did that. I'm trying to think who else was it. It wasn't the Kings. There's 2 other teams that they play. They just can't do anything with them. But when they play the Tampa Lightning, who are really good, they seem to be running up and down the ice with the greatest of ease. I don't get it.
The Florida Panthers do that to them,
Yeah,
too.
the Panthers.
Yeah.
And we'll find out because that's who's in tough game Friday night. They got the Panthers in, but Tammy brings up a great point. The Devils are 14-2-1 on the road this year. That's unbelievable.
It's absurd.
For a guy Lindy Ruff, who well-respected coach, took Buffalo to the finals and stuff like this. They were calling for his head, last year, earlier in this year, but their team plays that style. They play that smothering style. When they get the goaltender that can hold them in the game, like Vanacek does, making the first saves. But, they capitalize, right? Like, Detroit's been brutal in the first period. I think they're minus, 14 goals against, where most of the teams that are in the playoffs are positive. They get better as the game goes on. But you don't have the luxury, like last night, what you had to do is 28th in the league was the New Jersey power play. So you had to bank on your PK, right? And they go out, what do? Bang, bang, back to back. Dougie Hamilton, 2 power play.
And you know what else? You know what really?
Like it's just the little stuff. And it's the little things. And this is the difference between being out and being in, right? When you need to win those faceoffs, because throughout the game it was getting better. Then when do you lose it? You lose 2 key draws in your own zone on the power play, and it's in the back of your net. You don't have that luxury.
DMac, and in a day 2, Terry, and they pissed it away. I think they won 62% of the faceoffs or something like that, except on the penalty kill. And then DMac, I was texting with DMac last night. And I told him, I said, of course the one night they actually win faceoffs, and DMac's like, except on the penalty kill. And that's how he does it. He snipes and gets out, and then no one blames him. But when I sit up here and say it, they're like, oh, there goes Neal being a hater. I got it from DMac. Well, he gave it to me, but then he got out.
You know where you got it from? You actually went to the game. And when you're at a game, stuff pisses you off more.
It did, and
you watch it on TV like, oh damn, this is really messed up.
Yeah, what's going on?
Turn it.
I'm gonna go get myself a turkey sandwich.
Yeah, it did. And look, a lot of you watch the game too, because there seems to be some frustration in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. And Mike G says Jack Hughes is a force, man. And you know what set me off? This is
what it did. I told you he went Queen Latifah. He got set off, man.
This is what it did, Mike G. And you and I are in lockstep. We're in lockstep with a lot of stuff, man, except for Michigan football. But whatever. We're not talking about that now. Jack Hughes, at 21 years old, the Devils signed him to an extension. He's 8 years, $64 million. $8 million per. Mike G, greater than Dylan Larkin. Is that fair, Sam Flannel? Is that fair?
Jack Hughes greater than Dylan Larkin? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%.
So, whose contract is up at the end of the year and is going to be 28? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, these are the hard discussions that we're going to have. And if things keep going this way, we're going to have those discussions earlier than we all want to have the discussions. So, but with all that being said, though, and look, I know. I don't. This time, I don't need you to bring me into your bosom and just kind of rub my head and say, Neal, don't worry, Stevie's going to take care of it. I know he will. But be prepared.
But you're bringing up a great question. Be prepared. It might not be what you think it is, right? At the end of what we all think it is, right? Like, you know what? You just mentioned Larkin 28, right? When you see different teams like that, this is the first time is he old, right? Like, I think that's the questions that people are asking and stuff like this. So we'll wait and see. I haven't given up on him. I mean, like I said,
and I'm not giving up on him.
I understand, but to your point, or imperativeness, right? When Dylan Larkin is your number 2 centerman,
now talk to
you. Don't have expectations like this on him, do you?
Bingo. That T-Foss, that's it. That is it. That is it. I don't know what else to say to it.
That's it. That's all. That's everything.
And that's where it is.
What was the number 1 criticism of Steve Yzerman in this offseason? He didn't get a superstar cinnamon,
and it wasn't time / the conditions weren't right. The conditions weren't right to do that.
Then you do it next year,
or right. But these are the decisions that have to be made coming into this offseason and the next offseason. And let me ask Draft Capital Bag Boy.
Yes.
Right. Isn't that when it's set up for him, just like we talked
100%.
about? 100%.
It is. And look, don't get me wrong. Again, this isn't an affront to Steve Yzerman. I don't want him fired or anything like that. He's not with the Tigers organization. I don't want him fired. For me, it is one of those things where the frustration peaks because we get to this point. But you know what, guys? And when I say guys, I'm saying me. You know what, Neal? This is where they are right now. This is maybe the hardest step of it all, to where when you see it, right, or you get a taste of it, right, and you say, okay, maybe this is when they turn the corner, and then they take a step back. Terry, I asked you, I said, did you expect them to be down 5-0? And you're like, yeah, they have been for the last 4 games.
Right. What was on you?
And I was like, God damn it, Terry's right.
Yeah.
We didn't see the rally last night.
Yeah, and you can't continue to go to that well. And that's where I have to remind, instead of guys, Neal, remind yourself, that's maybe the hardest step out of all this, is when you get a taste of it, you get a taste of success. Because, Neal, what do you tell the people every day? Things aren't linear. It's not
Neal,
a chart.
here, let me settle you down for a second, young man. You're very upset today.
I am.
Whenever you have a rebuild that's on the way up, there's going to be a stretch where you're like, my team is back. Look at them. These dudes are running around here kicking some ass. Then what follows is a flat line. And that's when you get pissed. You're like, oh, shoot, I thought we didn't have to worry about this anymore. Then you see an elevation. Right now, you might be seeing the flat line because it seems like the Wings are down 3-0, 4-0, 5-0 every damn game.
It's the
And
second,
before that, we were like, all right, this looks pretty good.
second, third week of January, just like last year.
But I also tried to warn you, funny things happen in January, NHL and NBA.
You know what the beautiful thing is? You segued so beautifully. You all did, even in the chat thread to my 5 for fighting today. So maybe we can answer some of those questions.
We'll
But
revisit it in the
first-
second hour.
But first, in the second hour, we're going to answer that. That was a great segue for it. But first, I got to tell you about Alta, because at Alta, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. You got a bog project coming up, Alta Rent, they've got you covered. If Alta Rent told you they'd shave their heads if Michigan lost, Alta Rent would be there to shave their heads. They're there for whatever you need. Give them a call today, 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
As chilly weather approaches, Big Boy's got the perfect comfort meals for you. Try our hearty classic meatloaf or our creamy Cajun chicken Alfredo. These will be sure to leave you craving for more. How about breakfast? Our stuffed potato pancakes are back with our lumberjack, blockbuster, and Santa Fe Garden. These potato pancakes will definitely fill you up. Whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, come stock up on the perfect comfort meal today. We'll see you soon at Big Boy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Olafson, DC, the founder of the Custom Health Centers, and we've helped thousands of people learn how easy it is to lose weight and keep it off with our customized weight loss and body contouring programs.
With Custom Health, you don't feel hungry, you eat well. My name is Simeon Timbuk, and I've lost 71 pounds on the program.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups.
Detroit fans were there.
4 World Series wins.
Detroit fans were there.
And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
What's going on, everybody? It's Spencer for the Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck, the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com.
Back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We are here in the house. WoodwardSports.com. Chat thread, Detroit Dabber 313. Ben Sherrod had a rough night. Oh, he did. I watched him a lot last night. Rough is a word, certainly. You can use. But you know what, though? That you do a massive upgrade and sign 5 free agents. The math dictates one of them aren't going to work out, dude. Right. I mean, that's just the way that it works. So I'm not going to crucify Sherrod or anything like that, dude. They weren't all going to be a perfect fit, man. So Nick the 313, hey Neal, I like same old Wolverines, but what about SOB, same old blue? That hits harder for me. LOL. That is pretty strong right there. Also WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Eric Burrow, put butter on your toasted Pop-Tart. What's the matter with you guys?
Whoa. Doesn't that cholesterol?
Oh, DMac draws the line at butter for cholesterol.
I mean,
I don't like. Hey, I'm not a salt guy either. Sodium.
Oh, you gotta be healthy, right?
Salted watermelon though. If you're salted,
I love watermelon.
Put some salt on it.
No, just eat the watermelon.
It is game changing.
What is wrong with you guys? Like, I won't put butter on the Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
I won't put butter on the Pop-Tart because I'm worried about cholesterol. I'll eat wax. Wax is listed on the list of ingredients.
Sugar.
Oh.
And T-Foss, they can't get enough, too. Wax is literally on the box. So like, these are, I'm kind of disappointed.
Come on, man. Didn't you like those wax lips when you were a kid? You put those fake lips in?
Those things. Those things were gross.
I ate Play-Doh as a kid. You can, like, what's
you
wax
didn't
gonna do to
you
me?
didn't eat it as a meal though. You didn't like when you were a kid. Your parents didn't serve you
Well,
Play-Doh.
it's not like the whole thing's made of wax.
When
just wax particles.
Yeah, it's just a
wax is static.
and then you got
wax.
DMac over here, cholesterol,
sodium. Watch your levels.
Yeah.
This guy literally just ate 4 frosted Pop-Tarts, and he's talking to you. You're a joke, DMac. You're a 12-year-old
joke.
You're a 12-year-old child joke.
That's fine.
That's what you are.
Now, must we be so harsh with the young man?
I'm just calling it what it is. We had an epiphany at the Wings
you know
game
what?
last
Shouldn't
night.
have let him go to the game last night.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
he
should
got all
not.
fired up. The Red Wings did that to him. They did that to a lot of people. It's just frustration.
Hey, DMac, you got to pull the Neal. You got to say, Neal, you can project on me. It's okay. I'm your friend. I can take it.
That's it. What Neal said.
Doing
that projection shit, it's okay, bro. I got big shoulders. I got one feeling. Cheryl owns it. That's it. Rest of the kids are screwed.
Neal has not been nice today. I don't know what's up with him.
And we haven't even talked Michigan.
DMac's right there.
That's unbelievable.
Yes, by the way, we are about 6 to 7 minutes away from the Aaron Rodgers hate segment.
Oh, that's what he's doing. He doesn't want to go. I see. But what a true professional. He's going to give everything he has for this Aaron Rodgers hate segment. So he's got to dial himself in. It's sort of like character
Let me get
acting.
as pissed off as I can be.
I get it. Yeah, exactly. 12-year-old joke, and I get it. Yeah, project, Neal, because then that segment's gonna be awesome.
And I'm telling you guys this. Like I put that out on social media. We were doing this. I'll be stunned if it's just one segment. It's up to you guys. We will go as long as it dictates to, and I'll be a professional, Terry Foster.
Please.
I won't do it for the sake of doing it. I'll do it as long as it works. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Okay. Hey. We are. We're just a few minutes away. But leading, like, just to crack your knuckles a little bit, just to kind of get you in that mood.
Warm up.
All right. The playoffs, right? The NFL playoffs. That's what's on the line right now. Taking the Seattle thing out of it, just a real quick question to warm you up for the Aaron Rodgers hate segment. Who do you guys think will be more of a challenge for San Francisco in the playoffs? Because that's what it looks like. If you're the 7th seed, you're probably going to San Francisco. Who do you think San Francisco wants to see less, T-Foss? Green Bay or Detroit? If it can't be Seattle.
I knew that was the question. I think they don't want to see Detroit because they've already gone into Green Bay and smacked some ass. So they know what Green Bay is in the playoffs. It's a different team. We don't know what the Lions are going to be as a playoff team. We know what Green Bay is going to be. Worm boys.
Worm boys.
If they're going to get the ass spanked in Green Bay, they're going to get it spanked in San Francisco.
DMac, where are you at on it?
I was just waving to Sandy for me.
Yeah.
She's getting her hair washed over there. Thank you, Sandy. Oh, awesome. I think like Terry says, the unknown. I think San Francisco game plan knows what they're up against. Aaron Rodgers. I know everything we're going into this week about how well the defense is playing, and they finally got a kick returner and stuff like this. But I think it's in this case, when it comes down to the playoffs, you want the known more than the unknown, even if it is the first time effort into there, right? You know what I equate it back to is when we used to play Phoenix or Winnipeg in the first round. It was going to be a tough series. We knew that. They pushed us to our limits, but we had them really pretty well scouted. Who we had to shut down, the Chucks, and you
knew you were going to outshoot them 55-25.
Right, we knew
it was going to be 1-1 in the third period.
We knew that Hobby Bull, we were going to score 50 shots, and it was like we had to just keep pounding the puck on net because Hobby Bull, and we would, more volume and stuff like that. But it's so tough. So I would think if I'm San Francisco, I want to know, Aaron Rodgers and that defense and stuff like this. You know what you're going up against. So that's what I would say. I don't think anybody wants to play the Lions.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Gromit0237. I bet Aaron Rodgers would shave his head if he lost, unlike Greasy Jeff, I'm afraid.
Whoa!
Greasy Jeff, I'm afraid. I like that.
Did he say I'm afraid or I'm afraid?
I'm afraid were the words.
That's what it's going to be.
I know what he's afraid of. He's afraid of if he cuts off his beautiful locks, no more women.
What? He's got a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's already told him that if he shaves his head, she said, if I'm gonna be with a bald guy, I may as well be with T-Foss.
Oh, bam! It happens. T-Foss, we know that. Why, you saying that the Lions are gonna win? Get in the playoffs because you got to go bald? Is it gonna be a bald off for Jeff's girl? Wow! Stay tuned, Big D Energy.
No, that's what I was afraid of when I lost my hair.
Is that Worm Boy? I'm afraid if he doesn't cut his hair after promise. Is that true, Worm Boy? Is that the?
It's the definition of Worm Boy. In fact,
is it worse than Worm Boy?
No, we'll put his picture in the dictionary.
We used to call my friend Worm Boy.
And you don't want that.
Money.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. And there's a lot of this sentiment, too. Real Cream of Wheat says, I say it's a toss-up for the 49ers. Johnny Little, I haven't noticed you in here before, Johnny Little. Appreciate you tapping into the show. San Fran going to the Super Bowl. I don't think that they care who they play. Real Cream of Wheat, because the 49ers are going to beat either of them. They don't care. Jake Wegener says, 49ers definitely want Green Bay. They own Rodgers in the playoffs. And I think Spenny and I are kind of in lockstep.
That's what I think.
They'd rather have the known versus the unknown.
The known of what we have to do to get him off his game or what to take away to frustrate him. They've done it so many times.
The correct answer is San Francisco doesn't care if they play Green Bay or Detroit, but they know what Green Bay is all about in the playoffs.
It's wild to me, guys, that with football fans here, the San Francisco 49ers are like the people's play now to go to the Super Bowl. It's what it seems like to me.
Purdy.
Yeah, like, isn't that wild? Yeah. That Mr. the last pick of the draft is their quarterback, and more people believe in him this year than did last year.
I'm a fan of Brock Purdy because he's smart enough to run that off. Like, he looks in control.
Now they have a shot because they have the best player in football on their team.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey.
No, Nick Bosa.
Oh, Nick Bosa too.
They got him too.
Yeah, they could both. Like McCaffrey's. Here's the one thing too, guys. McCaffrey's healthy in San Francisco.
Yeah,
right. He's been healthy, and
there's stakes to play for.
Brandon Ayuk took a leap this year.
He did.
He's playing a lot better.
San Francisco is the only team in the NFL that doesn't need a quarterback.
Yeah,
to win.
Shanahan's
just
a monster.
Keep rolling.
It is. Let's go Red Wings party. I think it's more about how weak the NFC this year than how good the Niners are.
I think it's a little bit of both.
And both things can be true there. But doesn't that just speak to it more? And I know it's a long shot, and I don't think it's going to happen. But is this the kind of year you just got to get in and what the hell?
Yes.
For real, T. Foster.
Sure.
Even you. I mean, even you. But this is the glorious part of it, though, right? If you get
even a jalopy like the Lions could win something.
We got Worm Boy and Jalopy, man. What a good show.
That old jalopy show. We won.
But it might start at just the right time.
It might. Fastest car doesn't always win in.
And then it starts.
So steady, baby.
Yeah, like it could happen, guys. We are just moments away from the Aaron Rodgers hate segment. Everybody settle down. Sam Flannel, I see you over there. Calm down.
His loins are girded.
Everybody.
In that booth right
Social
there.
media. Everybody just calm down. Let's get through this break. When we come back, it's time to talk about that greasy-haired, tank top wearing. We'll save it. Let me tell you about the Sports Marketing Agency. They help spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast is called This is the S Word. It's a series about fighting the stigma associated with seeking help. If you're struggling, go to thesportsma.com. If you know someone who's struggling, thesportsma.com, the Sports Marketing Agency, they're here to help.
We here at Woodward Sports would like to thank everybody who helped us stuff our studio. The third annual Stuff a Studio was a major success, thanks in part to our partners at Guardian Alarm and Myers Stores for making it all possible. And of course, we couldn't do it without our community leaders and viewers like you. Thank you for dropping off toys to our studio that were taken to the Mott Children's Hospital in Ann Arbor so every sick child could have a happy holiday.
We are incredibly grateful for Woodward Sports, Guardian Alarm, and Meyer for making the holidays so special for our patients and families.
So what we do is try to bring some normalcy to their lives at this time. This is a labor of love. It brings so much joy, and not just for the families and for the children, but for our staff.
Thank you.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Neal Ruhl here for Bedrock Detroit. Downtown Detroit's all decked out this holiday season with the return of the Cadillac Lodge and the Monroe Street Midway. The Midway has the giant slide, winter bumper cars, and indoor arcade. Plus, you can grab drinks at the Lodge before or after games downtown. The Red Wings, the Pistons, slide on through the Monroe Street Midway. Shop, eat, and play downtown all winter long with Decked Out Detroit. Go to deckedoutdetroit.com for more information. It is time for the fastest growing segment in all of sports talk. The Silky Johnson, Aaron Rodgers hate segment. You guys know what to do. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, social medias. You've been lining them up. Why do you hate Aaron Rodgers? We promised you one segment. I got a feeling we may deliver you two. We'll see how it goes. The one here in studio, and nothing is off limits. I might not read it all. You can say what you want. What gets read might be a totally different thing. Those are the ground rules. Say whatever you want.
Can I start? Rick, this is the best one. Rodgers has no kids, but still looks like he owes child support.
And look, looks are fair game. It's what I base a lot of it on. And if you want to be honest about it, too, and say, hey, because there's been a lot of these, the Hail Mary has destructed a lot of people's souls. I opened it up to everywhere, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. A lot of talk about the Hail Mary, and that's fair. We can get into those as well. But I was
in
intrigued.
fairness, you should not be mad at Aaron Rodgers for the Hail Mary, since the Lions coach was looking for that back and forth kind of thing.
That back and forth pass kind of thing. One that yesterday we discussed, and I laid out all the ones for you. The greasy hair, the Nick Cage costumes when it's not Halloween, all of it. You know, I put it all out there, like run some shampoo and conditioner through there. Sam Flannel, though, promised one. So we are going to open up the in-studio with Sam Flannel. You have the floor.
So this is an obvious one. The whole championship belt discount double check celebration and kind of the life that it took on of its own. The whole State Farm commercials with like that one lady being like, "Oh, so you're a dancer? It's my touchdown dance. I'm a quarterback." All that BS. And then what made it even worse to me was the life that it took on after that. Then it even involved BJ Raji with his sort of like, "Show me what you got, Raji."
That was a good commercial.
I don't like that commercial. I hate BJ Raji and like what he became. He's just another one that I knew some Packer fans back in the day, and they just like, you know, I'm not going to say the word, just like vomited on themselves over BJ Raji and his like. Yes, okay, they came on themselves over BJ Raji and on his stupid dance, and then that whole Packer fan hanging out the wing of a plane being like, "Rodgers, discount double check." Just everything that came out of it just drives me insane.
Hey, here's the one thing that really comes to mind. I always wondered if anybody else thought this. And when it's the Jake from State Farm and he's got the dog and he's throwing the ball, it's the arrogance of which he throws that tennis ball, and then he throws a million miles and he knocks it off the car or whatever like this. But just that, it's the swarmy arrogance that he always, no matter with what he does.
He has physical tone.
That's what it is. His tone is not just verbal, it's physical. You look at him and he's got tone, even when he's in that commercial. And it's got an air of schwarm. And schwarm is just that sort of like, there's just something there. And it's almost like, because to me, it's almost like it's the arrogance that your stuff don't stink, but it's this level of something there. Either that is always that you're not good enough.
Yeah,
right. That he's looking
better
down.
than you.
Now, maybe he should ask you, because am I seeing a lording?
I know
is
it when
there
I see
a
it.
lording ability or a six furnace ability? But that's the one thing I think what it is that
No,
he's
but see the
always
difference.
lording.
See, here's the difference.
He's always lording over us, Terry. Aaron Rodgers lords more than Neal Ruhl.
Here's the difference. He does it like on purpose. That's the difference. Like, you guys tell me about tone. My tone is just the way I am, right? Like, it's the way I sound and everything. WoodwardSports.com.
It comes natural for Neal.
Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to do it. He's trying to do it. That's the difference. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Kool-Aid says his caterpillar eyebrows.
Yeah.
His eyebrows do bother me, man.
So I talked about yesterday his smugness.
Yeah.
Is what I hate about him, but the little smirk, that little, cheese dick grin he gives every time he throws a touchdown.
I'm better than you look.
Yeah, and he looks at the sidelines and gives a little cheese dick smile, and that pisses me off a lot.
My good friend of the show, Terminal Dennis, a very good friend of mine. I opened it up to him. I was curious to get his take. Very short. Two things. Number one, he acts like he's effing Gandhi. And he does when he's on the McAfee show.
Effing Gandhi. He does act like he's Gandhi.
And then when he's on McAfee show and they ask him a question and he's like leaned in and then he goes, I think it's just a simple matter of there is like a Gandhiness to it.
It's the way he talks.
Yeah, most people say, "Oh, he's got a God complex." No, he's got a Gandhi.
He's got a Gandhi complex. He does. And then the follow up to that was number 2, his stupid hair. Bro, you're 40. You are 40.
He should have had that hairdo at 20.
Right. 40 is not the time for the man bun if you haven't had the man bun before. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Neal, did it? Was there a moment that it all changed for you, or were you like, what was it like? And as good as it was, the Nick Cage Con Air resemblance and stuff, but was that like the moment where it was like, I'm over it?
You know what it was for me? Here's what tipped it for me. You can do that when you're winning, but when you continually lose every NFC championship game at home, there's a moment where it runs out. There's a moment when it runs out. More from the social media. I like this one. Pete Smith. What bothers me most is the fact that he looks like he's a 30% stake owner in a Cobra Kai dojo franchise.
Another thing that I hate about Aaron Rodgers, and I hate. Every time he gets hit, I mean, I know a lot of quarterbacks do this, but I feel like he does it more. Every time he gets hit, he gets up, he looks around, where's the flag? It's like, calm down, buddy. That pisses me off. I feel like a lot of quarterbacks do it, but it's Aaron Rodgers, so I hate it even more.
Mike Parsons says oddly enough, the Packers have been playing really well since he cut his hair and learned to smile again. Well, that's because he's a great philosopher now. Yeah.
He's like the Matthew McConaughey of quarterbacks. Like just smug, has that slow speech, kind of douchey.
Yeah.
But I like Matthew McConaughey, but I hate Aaron Rodgers.
Right. Terry Foster, what about this one? Ryan R. says, he looks like a guy that would steal your catalytic converter.
Yeah, bam, he would. Or perhaps they're upset with Aaron Rodgers because he's like Duke. And he's like the Yankees.
Overrated.
Teams that are supposed to win it every year and don't.
Never do. That's good. He is like the Yankees. And I hate the Yankees, too. Suck it, Maz.
Jespy313, and this is fair. I said that this was fair if you wanted to bring it in. Jespy313 says, I hate that he is the king of the North. And he is.
Nah.
I like this one from the Jeff I'm Afraid-y. If Aaron Rodgers cut his disgusting hair, I have no excuse.
Boom!
Self-awareness, kid.
Self-awareness.
Self-awareness.
Corn says, He says it's crazy, but I'm a substitute I hate. I hate how the media already gives the Packers the playoff spot, like we didn't beat them once and we won't do it again. What about that, T-Foss? Doesn't this feel like a Packers playoff coronation?
It does. But when you look at history, if Green Bay has to beat the Lions the last game of the season, they do it. So, yeah, naturally, most of the media, most of sane America is going to say Green Bay is going to win that game because they have history on their side.
Aren't you going in with the built-in, they're going to get the calls, and how many times have we been screwed? Rodgers, tap on the head or something like this, to Spenny's point about complaining to the refs. You got everything set up, against you if your lives were failure, which even makes it even more important to go in there and take their will away.
You know what you sound like? S.O.B. Same old blue. Referees.
There's a lot of this, too, across all the social media fronts and WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Ryan's reaction says Favre greater than Rodgers. Favre has more playoff wins than Rodgers. But to be fair to Aaron Rodgers, Favre got to play the Lions a lot in the playoffs.
He did. And he beat them every time. Wasn't easy, but he did it.
But he did it, exactly. Whether it was a receiver running wide open with 50 seconds left in the game, or if it was Barry Sanders, being held to negative yards rushing.
Do you know the story about the wide open receiver? We're talking about young Sterling Sharp.
Yep.
And I went into the room afterwards to talk to the secondary about how could Sterling Sharp be wide open.
Because he was 20 yards open.
He was 20 yards open. So what happened? I was talking to some cornerbacks and said, well, we're in a cover 2. Then somebody else came. No, we weren't. We were in a cover 3. They didn't know what defensive alignment they were in. That's how you got that far.
Hey, I know what they weren't in, to cover the end zone.
No, they weren't. Absolutely not. Mike McGee says this is the greatest segment of all time. Thank you. He also says, literally everything, Neal. I can't pick one. My heart rate is going up just thinking about this.
I feel like, I don't know this for a fact. Like, I can't bring any facts to this assumption, but it's just how I feel. I feel like a guy he's a guy who every time he drinks his water, he goes, ah. Like, he takes a sip of the water, he goes, ah. Like, every time.
You know what he looks like?
And he probably chews with his mouth open.
No, he does. He probably chews with his mouth. But speaking of that, he's the guy that when you're at the family picnic, you prepare your hot dog, you put your mustard on and your onions, or however you want to prepare them. You put it down on your plate. He comes up, takes a bite out of it, and runs away.
Yeah. No, and then says, "Oh, was that yours?"
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. Then he apologizes all.
He's probably
afternoon.
a ketchup on a hot dog guy too.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Neal is one of those.
Yeah, I know.
If that, I'm not. It's not the most egregious thing I've ever heard of. Let's just say I don't practice it, but I'm not going to kill somebody that does it, unless it's only ketchup.
A real man doesn't do just ketchup on his hot dog.
Yeah, if it's only ketchup, yeah, then I have an issue with that.
Here's a great one. Doug Fungus. Aaron Rodgers prefers Pepsi.
That's probably true too.
Rick Sandberg in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. And sometimes you can hate things because they call yourself into question, right? Sometimes there's some self-awareness issues, and we fight self-awareness at first. And Rick Sandberg is man enough to admit it here in our Aaron Rodgers hate segment and says, I remember getting into arguments with people saying he's the GOAT over Tom Brady. So he hates that about himself. And it just brings it to the light.
And somebody in the comments,
kid. Proud of you.
Dan B. I hate him because he dated Olivia Munn. That's a good one because Olivia Munn's fine.
That is true.
Rodgers wears socks to bed.
He does. Sure.
Yes,
Gross.
we will be able to pull another segment out of this. It looks like we have a lot in the chamber still. T-Foss.
I hate him because he dates bitchy women. How about that?
Great segue. Tell them about a haircut, D-Mac.
Speaking of haircuts, Lady Jade's for the award-winning haircut experience. Register for once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment for your dream home. $200,000, yes. $200K towards that dream home. Lady Jane's haircuts for men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zaniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Matrix Home Solutions is your go-to for any home project. Looking for a new man cave? They are the basement remodel experts. They also specialize in bathrooms and kitchens. An A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau. Call 888-594-8844 or go to matrixhomesolutions.com.
Neal Ruhl here for the Monroe Street Midway Minute. You guys already know what it is. It's a winter festival that's going on downtown, so we can do this weird thing during the wintertime where you can go outside. Now the sun's not going to be out there because the sun's never out there, but you can still have a good time outside downtown at the Monroe Street Midway. Winter bumper cars, Arctic slide. It's like a fair in the wintertime. That's what it is. They have all the hits too, food-wise, everything like that. The chili to warm you up, pierogies. Spenmo could eat about 70 of them, he told us, if he wanted to. He's just saying that he could. Chicken sandwiches, mac and cheese bites. Anything bite-sized you could get triple digits of, right?
Oh, probably, yeah. It depends how big they are.
You sound like Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee show right there. You're being really philosophical about it.
Yeah. Depends the size, the girth.
But yeah, all the food favorites are out there. The Midway Arcade, as we talked about. The puck putt. DMac gets mad at me if I don't mention the puck putt.
Puck putt, baby. Hole in ones. Let's go.
You can do that as well. But the bottom line is this. It's a fun thing to do outside in the wintertime in downtown Detroit. Go support it. That's why it's important to me to go out there as well. It's Monroe Street Midway downtown all winter long. Back on and popping as we pull up to the second hour of the show. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Terry Foster, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here in the building. D-Mac's knocked down about 6 Frosted Pop-Tarts. I believe that was the number. He's a 12-year-old child, everybody. Big thank you to Sandy, too, for sending those
But
in.
he's not worried about wax.
No, wax is fine.
No,
but
cholesterol and
but be
sodium,
careful your cholesterol with the butter and the salt.
Yeah, a little
Hey, just before we move on,
Pop-Tart.
Terry, yeah, you know what? Maybe it's that little bitterness to Aaron Rodgers because he does pull the women. Like Olivia Munn, that's a all world.
No,
That's
I don't.
a good pull.
That doesn't bother me at all.
No? I think they're
That's more on
Patrick's a good pull, too.
that's more on the women though than Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's fair.
But then Patrick's kind of mean.
So, are we doing this again? Because I thought of one during the
Yes,
break.
absolutely.
All
We're
right,
getting 2 segments out of this. This is the Aaron Rodgers hate segment,
Aaron
by the
Rodgers
way.
hate segment. Again, I have nothing to back this. I have no knowledge of it.
And that's what's going to make this one of the best ones. I can tell already.
I feel like he's a big crystal guy. Like all the crystals and use this for healing, and I use rose quartz when I'm feeling bad. I feel like Aaron Rodgers is a big.
Oh, the energies of the room.
The energies of the room.
Those are huge.
Yeah.
Oh man, Doug says he looks like he wears jorts on the golf course
For sure.
and he does it. He doesn't do it like the normal person that would wear jorts on the golf course. He does it like the Nick Cage thing, where he'll show up with them on and think, "Oh, look at how ironic this is. I'm wearing jorts on the golf course and my hair's greasy."
Yeah,
but his jorts have bling on them.
They do.
But don't you just think he spends an inordinate amount of time in a yoga studio? I just think he's just in a yoga pose all the time.
All the time, and he's in there too. And he's the kind of guy that he goes in the yoga studio. It's choking me up thinking about it.
Of course it is.
Hold on.
It's hot in there. Yeah, the yoga studio. And he turns it way up to 130, 140 where no one else can have it because he's on a different level. Unbelievable.
I feel like he's the type of guy that in the sauna sits man spread, no towel.
Oh, yeah, he's just like, hey, what's up, guys?
Just man spreads, no towel in the sauna, walks around the locker room.
Don't you think he's got his own sauna, though?
Probably.
And you know what else it probably is, too? Like, he's in the studio for an hour, but he only does like 20 minutes of actual yoga.
Yeah.
And then talks about how he was in the yoga studio for an hour.
Ooh. Steve Brown, Aaron
Terry,
Rodgers,
who does he remind you of? Does he
socks.
remind you of maybe another guy that maybe you covered back in the day, or just somebody that was just like, because he is different, right?
He is different, no question about it. I'm trying to think who he reminds me of. You know, the closest I can come up with is Lions quarterback Scott Mitchell.
Really?
Everybody hated him here in Detroit, unless they met him, then they kiss his ass. But he was a little bit different and was a little bit standoffish a little bit.
Now, we've had an eclectic number of athletes come through, but like, you know, you'd think that like a guy like a Dennis Rodman, who'd be like looked at more like eccentric or whatever, but different guy too, though, right? Different respect level.
But Dennis was friendly. He was just goofy. He was like a kid. Like, he's a 13-year-old. You're hanging out with a 13-year-old.
You know what it is about Rodgers, Neal?
What's
Everything
that?
just seems so condescending.
Yes.
Everything out of his mouth is condescending, and it doesn't. It's hard to see when it's sort of genuine, or it's not calculated, or it's not, something bigger that, hey, trust me, I know more than you do.
There's a lot of talk about Aaron Rodgers' closet being full of Ed Hardy shirts.
Ed Hardy, yeah. I can see that.
Rack said he's probably more of an affliction guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
probably uses Axe body spray.
Uses Axe body spray. I mean, it is. And these things are all probably true. Here on Mark M, you guys are hilarious. And Rack, I think, has been waiting for this segment longer than me.
You know what he probably does? He probably goes to the soup kitchen and says, "Oh, you guys don't eat caviar?"
No, hey, Neal, first, the show nailed it. I forgot this. But the fact that he pretends to read and does the book club and has the books all behind him and he brings
He hasn't read one of those books.
Who does the book club?
He hasn't
At least be more a dude and show me the audio book.
That's the Gandhi angle that Terminal Dennis was talking about. Like, he wants to seem learned. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yeah.
He wants to be philosophical, like the Gandhi and everything. And that's why he pauses before he speaks.
I feel like this goes on with the crystals thing, but I feel like he uses chakras at least twice a day. Like the word chakras, I feel like he says that in conversation.
That's probably a name for an audible in their playbook.
Chakras.
Yeah, he does
and
that.
I'm salty. Rodgers tucks his shirts into his underwear.
Yeah.
Oh, God. and you know what else? He'd probably walk in here. You know what the first thing he'd say? He says, "Your name is Terry, right? Where's your Blacks for Trump sign?"
My God. Quickly, abort. Is there a break we can play? Abort, please, abort. Oh my gosh. Honolulu Blues Party. Speaking of wax, I bet Aaron Rodgers saves his earwax. Oh my God, dude, you guys are nasty,
He
man.
probably bites his toenails.
We're not taking a turn this way. Okay. Can we get it back on? I'm surprised it took this long.
We can't.
Can we get it back on track? No, Louis M. We're not talking about him wearing nipple guards and things like that.
Oh.
We're not going that route.
For sure has
No,
tassels.
Spenny, stop.
Yeah. Okay. Aaron Rodgers.
Be serious.
I guarantee.
Be serious.
I guarantee owns a pair of those like shoes with the toes, like toe shoes. I know he owns a pair of those.
He wears them at the beach when he's going in the lake
for sure. 100%.
The bottom of his feet are too soft to step on a rock.
It's too too nice.
Do you think he wears pasties in the locker room?
Maybe somebody earlier said a kimono robe.
Yeah. Oh yes, he could wear.
Yeah.
Come on, you guys. All right. Okay. I guarantee it would be more than one segment, but it's not going more than two. We have reached the line. We have reached the end of the line.
That's fair.
I hate when my phone buzzes,
You know
too,
what else
when it's
he
one of
does?
my friends.
He wears chopsticks in his man bun.
Yes. Yeah.
Doug also says Aaron Rodgers doesn't like Black Santa, Terry. So there's
Probably doesn't. No.
Aaron Rodgers, I guarantee, eats a California roll and is like, yeah, I'm a big sushi guy. I hate him so much.
Yeah. You know what, guys? Honolulu Blue Sparty. Neil, we need another segment. No, Honolulu Blue, we do not.
That's right. Stop it.
That is the end. That is the end of the segment. When we come back, we are going to get into this line. I want to do the initial 30,000 foot. We still got a DMac 5 for fighting. We still got a Spenmo Fast Break as well. We got all these things that we're going to work into. We do need to talk about the football game. Now we're transitioning. Now we stop with the Aaron Rodgers stuff, everybody, okay? I will be the teacher.
He probably smells his own farts.
Here we go. Yeah, or they don't stink, Sandy. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Absolutely. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's Aaron Rodgers.
It's candy corn. Yeah.
I hope everybody's entertained. Everybody, you people, everybody here in the studio. I'll do the job. I'll be the professional, and I'll do the commercial. You guys laugh, yuck it up, DMac. You smash Pop-Tarts into your face and laugh about it. You do that. All of it. You guys, yeah. Spenmo, talk about farts and whatever it is that you do in there. Yeah. Everybody yuck it up. Leave old Neal Ruhl here to clean it all up.
Aaron Rodgers probably saves his dump for, like, compost. He uses his own feces for composting or fertilizer.
Because then the plants are organic. Yeah, there you go. All right.
Citron,
the official energy drink of the Red Wings. They've combined all three of their delicious flavors into a 6-pack Red Wings themed sampler box. You can try Citron's great tasting Cranberry, Classic, and sugar-free. So you know what? Why wait? Order your Citron 6-pack sampler box today. Go to citronworld.com/Red Wings. Get energized with Citron and let's go Red Wings.
Why wait?
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog.
Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit.
But we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Neal Ruhl here for Custom Health Centers. Our Ryan Ermanni is down over 15 pounds, and you can be on your way too. Think of all the ways that weight affects your health, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Custom Health Centers, over 20,000 success stories. They've helped professional athletes, Pro Bowl MVP kicker Eddie Murray, Pistons bad boy NBA champion Rick Mahorn. Rick's down over 50 pounds. He looks great. Start losing weight today. Call Dr. Jason and Custom Health, 844-789-8446. That's 844-789-THIN. It's Custom Health Centers. Back at it. Next segment of the show. And we talked about a friend of the show, Sandy, and she sent a case of Pop-Tarts to the show. And then she brought in this for me. And it's the original Brock's candy corn. Nothing beats an original. I know. So, but thank you.
Hey, we're not
I love where your heart's at.
We don't like that wax candy. We stick to our Pop-Tarts.
You guys do.
I got breaking news.
Do you?
Jeff Iafrate is about to sit in the chair in about 3 minutes.
Can we get can somebody please record that?
Can we go live and local? Do we have that capability?
Hey.
Who should I send it to?
Can we get this
send up a VMix
video? Yeah.
Oh, perfect. But we got it when it's going. I don't want to hear from him.
Right now, I'm getting on it right now.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was the fish kiwi in the background, working overtime.
I don't want to hear from him until it's happening.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
Don't patch him through.
Oh, he's leaving again.
He's trying to wiggle out of it. I don't want to speak with him until it's happening.
Okay.
Because you are not a man of integrity until you're doing it. So we will go
and
there.
By the way, he's upset with you guys for calling him Jeff I'm Afraidy. He says, come up with something original. That's what they called him in high school.
Okay.
Well, he's acting like he's in high school right
we're
now.
not in high school and he's still afraid.
Yeah, absolutely.
He is not in the chair yet.
Here's a little nugget that was sent to me. I always talk about Amon-Ra St. Brown and Kenny Golladay, right? And about how Amon-Ra St. Brown's entire rookie contract, Terry, was less than Kenny Golladay made in September. So the entire time he's here, all 4 years with the Lions.
Oh, I thought he made less than Kenny Golladay in a quarter or something.
No, it was the month. This September.
Okay, all right.
This September. However, we have Kenny Golladay news. It's financial as well.
He's coming back.
Did you guys know that Kenny Golladay, as they go into their last game of the season, is just 76 catches? He needs 76 catches on Sunday to kick in a $750,000 performance bonus. He's 76 catches away.
Yikes.
So if Kenny Golladay catches 76 passes on Sunday, he will get a $750,000 bonus, which would be roughly about 75% of Amon-Ra St. Brown's salary.
You know what he's probably going to do? He's going to bitch at his quarterback for not targeting him.
He's going to target him 85 times.
Target him when he's not on the field.
Yes. So he has a $750,000 performance clause in his contract that if he catches 80 passes, he gets $750,000. He has 4 so far this year. 4 passes caught.
He's only got 4 catches?
Yes.
How much is that per catch?
Lord.
$3 million, $4 million, $5 million?
He had, well, let me see. He's $17 million this year. So it's about a little over $4 million per reception.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, so that's what it is. So he caught 2 passes at Tennessee on September 11th, and ironically enough, caught 2 passes against the Lions.
Yeah,
so that adds up to your 4. So to get to 80, he has to catch 76 passes this Sunday.
Penei Sewell has literally been more impactful catching the football this year than Kenny Golladay.
That is true.
What Aiden Hutchinson has.
Tom Kennedy's been more valuable than Kenny Golladay.
He's got far bigger catches.
Yeah,
Aiden Hutchinson only trails him by 1 reception.
That's unbelievable. And he hasn't scored a single touchdown since entering New York and playing for the Giants. It's one of it's probably the worst contract in the NFL. Good riddance. Enjoy New York.
So there you have that.
That's pretty good.
I hope he's saving his money.
I do too, because he ain't getting any more of it playing football.
No.
Oh man, that's a great stat. That warms me up pretty well. Lions Packers. I will not be in tomorrow. I have to leave to go to Cincinnati and Dayton, exotic locations. I know.
So I'm gonna
Terry.
be downriver with DMac.
You are, and we're gonna turn you loose.
DMac, do you eat hamburgers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where we going?
I'm going to my spot in Wyandotte tomorrow.
There it is.
After the show?
After the show, the old cafe.
Hero Mark M says, I need Kenny Galladay's agent's phone number. We all do.
He's in the chair.
He's in the chair.
He's in the chair.
Have they commenced cutting?
They are. She's combing right now.
All right, good.
So
good.
T-Boss,
you know, I will let him break into my 5 for fighting to hold accountability. That's as big as it is.
This is happening.
Get to it later in the show if he's here by the end. So it is commencing. He is in the chair.
He's in the chair. You want a live look in?
Real quick. I don't want to talk to him until it's being done.
Okay.
But I will take a. There it is, right there.
And he's got the lovely and talented Bethany, best in the business, going to make it look good. Wow, because if he bailed right now, he'd never hear the end of it.
Never.
He's committed. Well, we'll see. Stay tuned.
Hey, what about this? Chuck Brewer says he's teasing you guys. A trim is all it will be. It's on the line.
I don't know. She's got the clippers out.
Philippines On Demand. Fill us in. Why does he have to get a haircut? Well, there was a video. It's on video through all of Woodward's social channels. They went around Woodward Sports Network, and they asked everybody, what would you do if Michigan lost to TCU? Because I was told, that's why I picked them.
Yep.
Because I was told there was no way that they were going to lose to TCU. So Jeff Iafrate said I would shave my head. And then they lost. I said I would laugh very hard. And I tried to be a pro, and I tried to fight it. But I just couldn't at the beginning of the show.
Well, here's the thing, and this is a lesson for everybody out there. You can say whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. You can make outlandish claims. You can whatever, but you have to be respected. You have to be accountable to it. Now, there's a lesson to be learned here, obviously. But again, he put his mouth in a position when you sit behind a desk like this on the daily, and you put it out there that you cannot be respected if you are accountable.
Here we go.
Yeah, do it, baby. You got it. Here it is.
We are getting the first.
All right. I
there
shed
it
a tear
is.
and you know what? Pants might have got a little bit tighter just because the accountability of the young kids around here. There is a future. A lot of respect for that Iafrate kid for going through with it. Took him a little time, Terry, a couple days to think about it, but I think this is going to benefit him.
All right, I've tried to say this 3 times on the show, but you keep interrupting me. Do you know why he's afraid to do this? He won't get any more women.
You already said that.
But the story is, back in the day when I started losing my hair, that's the first thing that came in my mind. No more women. A few weeks later, I'm in the bar getting my head rubbed by these white girls. I'm like, okay, maybe it's not that bad. I said, let me shave the rest of it
It was
off.
never about your hair, bro. It's always about your personality.
You don't know that when you're young. You think it's just
you're right. We know that now.
Your
That's
boyish looks and,
To your point, the young 22-year-old thinks that that's all it is all about.
That's right. We think differently from 22, 32, 42, 52, 62, 82.
Amen.
There is a bit of pushback on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. And like this, too. We could talk Lions, Packers, and talk football. People get their thoughts and everything like that. As soon as Clippers took to hair, the chat exploded.
For sure.
The chat flat out exploded. People want another video update. Kool-Aid says that guide is way too long. And see, that is true. That is true.
You got to start somewhere.
Hey, tell them we need it shorter.
We need it shorter.
Do we have communication with Bethany?
I don't know. Can they?
Bethany, do we have communication? Give me a thumbs up if you hear me, Bethany.
Bethany, we need your thoughts on it. We need to know.
We'll see. You know what? Here's the thing. We'll see how it ends, and if it's just a trim or whatever that he bailed out, you guys will let us know if what he did is up to snuff and you accept it or not. That's all it is.
I think Bethany just flipped us to the bird.
Motown Cool says no way that counts as shaved. I agree.
It just started, people.
It just started.
Now,
Guy's got a thick head of hair. You got to do layers.
Is that what it is? Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's the professional.
That is true.
Her judgment.
Bethany and Jess are those are the ones that do my hair regularly as well. I've never had to have it shaved, because I'm not stupid enough to put that on Michigan in a bowl game.
Yeah.
But some people were.
Well, your stuff is almost shaved anyway, so.
But I would never do that on Michigan in a bowl game.
Neal, did you ever do that on Michigan, period?
No. Maybe Michigan in a run-of-the-mill Big Ten game.
Would you... he's been quiet over this because it's his team and Juicy's stepping it up, but would you ever make this type of bet with your Michigan team?
Ooh, maybe. You know what?
He's doing it. The people need more, Adam.
Oh, he's got so much fucking hair. She's going.
Yeah, okay, here we go.
Okay.
It's getting down to the nitty-gritty now.
Are we?
Hey, Sam, would you ever do that for your team? Is there,
we need more.
Basketball
The people need more.
Football team. Has it crossed your mind?
It would be if Michigan wins something. I'm not ready to declare it now, but it would have to take them doing something like winning a national championship. If they get to the playoff next year, I might make that declaration.
How about if Michigan beats Western Michigan?
Now, yeah, the Michigan fans will take that bet all day long.
Right.
Yeah, because that's how they operate. People are saying, and look, I will take up. We don't need a no guard. We don't need the razor route. No, we don't need that. We just need more
accountability.
Yeah, it's going to take some
We
time.
just made it look like he's going into the Marines or something. That's all. Beetle Bailey cut.
Yeah.
Is it like ceremonial?
They don't know who Beetle Bailey is.
Zero on the
Bailey
and one.
still around?
Okay, so we're getting to a no guard on the
Is
sides
the
and the back.
newspaper
Okay,
still
we have verbal confirmation from Adam Baydoun. Now, people have called into question integrity of Adam Baydoun because of his affiliation with Jeff Iafrate and the morning show and stuff like that. I'm not. It's neither here nor there to me.
We're technically, I think.
Last year when the Lions lost on Thanksgiving.
He did.
Okay, that's neither here nor there. All I can say is I have verbal confirmation that it will be a 0 on the sides and the back and a 1 on top, and that's fair.
That is fair.
That is
I
fair.
accept that. The Commissioner of Accountability
Yep,
and
Minister of
Integrity
Integrity
will
said.
accept that. I just, you know who the small flex winner in all this is? It's that Adam Baydoun from the Morning Wood. He has the influence. He took that young Jeff Iafrate and he got him out of his comfort zone. Because what thing did Jeff Iafrate do? Uncharacteristic of who the kid is. And to me, I blame Adam. But in saying that, don't blame the refs.
Yeah.
The accountability, I'm proud of the kid.
Real quick before we go to the commercial break, and we'll get an update too, live from the chair. Uper says Michigan owns OSU. Man, Neal hates Michigan. I don't hate Michigan. They're very, very good. They're good. They're Big Ten good.
They're a fine ball club.
They're Big
They
Ten
are
good.
a fine ball club.
In the Big Ten.
This weekend got accused of hating Michigan. You know why? Because I said the refs didn't cost them the game. So then that means I hate Michigan.
Right. They are Big Ten
No,
good.
the field did.
They're
And
a
you're-
solid
Big
ball
Ten
club.
great.
No, Big Ten
Big Ten
good.
great. The last
Big
2
Ten
years.
great was what Ohio State did for 2 decades. That's Big Ten great.
So you need them to sustain it before the
Yes.
Big Ten great. Okay, the
You're
last
Big Ten good right now. You're cool. You're cute.
Hey, let's just keep doing it again, but this time
Yeah.
finish the job in the
Oh,
college
this
football
time.
playoff.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
you're cool. It's just in the last 2 years, like this 2-year run of dominance that you say, you are 2-3 in games against teams with a pulse.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily agree with that. I think beating Penn State earlier was a pretty big win. But you know what?
It's a big Big Ten
good
win.
All right, fine. I can't say anything because they didn't get it done in the biggest stage, and
What's
I'm not
the
gonna,
biggest non-conference victory Michigan has had in the last 5 years?
Probably Notre Dame in 2019 in a monsoon. I would probably say that. That was a big win.
And you know what? Notre Dame would be Big Ten cute too.
They would.
You're right.
They would be Big Ten good. Does Neal call Ohio State Big Ten good? No, because they have natties. And they flew into the sun to get them.
Yeah.
So.
Have they even been Big Ten good the last 2 years, though?
Yeah, they're fine.
They're fine ball club.
Big Ten fine.
They're Big Ten fine, exactly.
All right.
Let me tell you what is for real good, though.
Yes. That is the lobster truck,
Yes.
obviously. Cousins, Maine, lobster. Because all of us here at Woodward Sports, we love lobster, obviously. And there's no better place to get it than Cousins Maine Lobster. Because Cousins Maine Lobster brings you the best of the Maine coast to Detroit. Try a variety of sweet, succulent Maine lobster menu items. At their 2 food trucks rolling around the city, you can find their events scheduled on cousinsmainelobster.com and through their mobile app where you can easily order ahead and earn rewards. Make sure you go check out Cousins Maine Lobster today.
We here at Woodward Sports would like to thank everybody who helped us stuff our studio. The 3rd annual Stuff a Studio was a major success thanks in part to our partners at Guardian Alarm and Meyer Stores for making it all possible. And of course, we couldn't do it without our community leaders and viewers like you. Thank you for dropping off toys to our studio that were taken to the Mott Children's Hospital in Ann Arbor so every sick child could have a happy holiday.
We are incredibly grateful for Woodward Sports, Guardian Alarm, and Meyer for making the holidays so special for our patients and families.
So what we do is try to bring some normalcy to their lives at this time. This is a labor of love. It brings so much joy, and not just for the families and for the children, but for our staff.
Thank you.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
It's a new year. Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts or professional technicians. Take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. But I need you to call the number 1-800.
Stay out.
24/7 professional monitoring. Call us anytime, day or night. Know the Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. So call the number 1-800.
Stay out.
Technology back. People, your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care about what is important to you is important to them. Like Sam Flannel. How many straight days of flannel protection?
191.
191 straight days of flannel protection from Guardian Alarm. So please give them a call today. 1-800.
Stay out. Stay out, Jeff Iafredi's hair.
Stay out.
Absolutely. Guardian Alarm, your local security experts for whatever you need. Give them a call today. Tell them Big D Energy, we sent you.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. And hey, we had all this grandiose stuff lined up for you. You know, 5 for Fighting, Spenmo's Fast Break. But everyone's more enthralled with Jeff Iafredi getting his haircut. Can we check back in?
Shorter.
Oh, shorter. We're making our way down. We're making our way down. A lot of people want like the Full Metal Jacket.
I see some. What's the Demi Moore?
Beth, give him a land.
G.I. Jane.
G.I. Jane.
Give him the G.I. Jane.
G.I. Jane.
There he is, everybody. This is a lesson in integrity. It really, really is. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Ransom, what about Iowa? Are they Big Ten good? No. Yeah.
They're Big Ten mid.
Yeah, they're Big Ten mid.
Who's Big Ten good? Michigan, Ohio State?
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes.
Michigan State, yeah, they have been. They approach Big Ten good.
5-7.
They approach Big Ten good.
5-7. See, you brought it up that they're Big Ten good. 5-7.
No. Listen, Mr. Woodward. We said overall. Let me stop. They have been, as in past tense, Big Ten good.
Right, just like you have been not.
Like we could say Penn State, but Penn State at a point has been Big Ten good.
Yeah,
but
they're on the fringe.
They're on the fringe of being good. You
Michigan State and Penn State. Now, granted, Michigan State's Big Ten good has come a little more in the rearview mirror, and Penn State seems to be approaching Big Ten good, and Iowa's Big Ten mid.
Right.
I think that's
until
fair.
this year when they got Alt and McNamara. Oh, it could be the year.
Oh, real quick too. Go ahead and thrash Andrell Anthony because he went in the transfer portal too. So give it to him, Sam Flannel.
I'm just crying so much tears that I'm not gonna have his 7 catches for 80 yards coming back next year. Bye, good riddance. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Man, he was giving off a much different energy in that Michigan State game.
Yeah, for sure.
In that Michigan State game last year, that was eons ago. Andrell, 7 catches for 80 yards. That's literally what he did this year. He was a non-factor. It wasn't, hey, that drop against Illinois, that was his fault. That drop against Rutgers, that was his fault. It may be a little bit overthrown, but he should have caught that. Who cares? Who cares about Andrell Anthony? He has no legacy at Michigan.
Wow.
None. Stay out.
Jespy 313, Michigan, Ohio State are Big Ten great. U of M and Ohio State are national good. Stop, Neal. Ohio State is national good. Michigan is not.
They're getting down to the skin on the sides.
Oh, let's see.
Getting down to the skin. Show Jeff.
Oh, there it is, right there.
Getting down to the dirty.
There it is, everybody.
That's still not good enough.
It's give him time.
Takes time, Terry.
I guess so. He looks like Dagwood. Of course, you guys don't know who Dagwood is.
I know who Dagwood is. Makes great sandwiches.
Dagwood Bumstead.
Dagwood Bumstead?
That's what he looks like.
Oh, man. Tony D, what? You're way off, Neal. Let me know when you beat someone of consequence. Let me know. You won in Ohio State. That was a nice win. I gave you your credit.
That was a good win.
Yeah, you're 1-1 this year in real games. In games you don't control, that you don't get to play at home, where you're not playing Nebraska or Colorado State or Hawaii or Indiana or Rutgers or Nebraska or this team that you think stinks so bad, of course, in Michigan State, a 5-7 team, as you guys said.
They were terrible.
They were terrible. Let me know when you routinely beat somebody good when everything's on the line. Apparently everything, hold on, T-Foss, and apparently everything wasn't on the line in that Ohio State game. Because both of you Big Ten mid-teams got in there, and what happened to both of you?
Only you, Neal, would minimize the Michigan win at Ohio State, saying they both got in anyway. I knew you would do that. You're a master at what you do. A master.
I said Michigan deserved to be in there.
I know you did, but
Ohio State didn't.
Okay, fair enough.
When's the last time the Big Ten won a national championship semifinal?
Ohio State, right?
It would be Ohio State.
When they won the national.
The first semifinal. I don't know, but
one of those.
Well, Michigan's
games.
Never done it, and Michigan State's never done it, so it could only be Ohio State.
Yeah.
And I love the way too that you guys tell me Ohio State sucks, but then you lay claim to their accomplishments.
I mean, you're giving them credit saying that they're a better Big Ten school than Michigan
They
right
are.
now. They're not. As of the last 2 years, they're not. I know they have a history. They own Michigan for a lot of years.
2 decades versus 2 years.
But you know what? It's Michigan runs the Big Ten now. Just by the last 2 years, they run the Big Ten, and they're going to continue to run the Big Ten. You see,
it's like
next
saying
year.
Toledo runs the MAC.
Okay, all right.
Same thing.
Neal?
Yes.
You must admit, Michigan runs the Big Ten now.
And what's that gotten them?
Can you say that?
Sure. Is that sure?
Let's hear it.
Michigan runs the mid-Big Ten. The Big Ten that hasn't had Ohio State's got the only football national championship. The great basketball Big Ten that hasn't won a national title since 2000.
Shout out.
Since Mateen Cleaves.
Shout out.
That's Mateen Cleaves.
I know. Tone. Here they go, DMac. Was it Tone, DMac?
No, it's
was.
regular tone.
But you know what? Big Ten,
it's regular Michigan tone.
Neal.
Yes.
You're not impressed. The bottom line is you expect more.
It's
the fan
very
base
good
does.
in volleyball.
That's all it is.
Very good in volleyball. DMac, that's the landing ground that we've had. We came to this epiphany last month.
Yep.
I expect more from their program than their fans do. That's the philosophical disagreement.
And if you're going to say, I would say Michigan owns, if you're going to say right now to the present, Michigan owns the Big Ten. But to own that, really, it isn't owning the mansion. It's owning like the two-bedroom.
Yeah, you got the biggest trailer in the park.
Well, that's to that point until you prove that you don't. So
let me
to that
test
point,
Neal
I will
some
stand
more.
in and agree that
Yes or no,
that
Neal?
the Big Ten goes through Michigan.
Neal,
now.
That's fair.
did Michigan have a successful football season this year?
What did they do that they didn't do last year?
Nothing. They did the same thing. So have they had two successive consecutive?
I would say last year was more.
successful-
I would say this year was a disappointment, and last year was a success for a program like Michigan. I would say that.
To me, it was they had to win that one playoff game. I wasn't expecting a national championship, but the way things played out, they had to beat TCU, and then it was slowly moving forward. The fact that they lost, they can bounce back because of the schedule that they have, the division. You would expect them to build and be back there next year, right? And what's acceptable next year, Sam? What, right? Are we in the same position that if they don't win one playoff game and get to the finals next year, it's not a successful season?
Oh, for sure. They have to at least win one game, and depending on how the college football season shakes out, they could go into the college football playoff maybe as the favorites. Who knows? And
they will. They'll be ranked number 1. Number 3 at worst.
And I mean, going into next season, they absolutely probably should be, but it all depends. Obviously, they have to win one game in the college football playoff. I'd like to see them win the national championship. They can't go one and done again for the 3rd year in a row.
Isn't making the semifinal their ceiling?
Yes.
By the proof, it showed that it has been the ceiling. They got to prove that they can get past it in order for it not to be their ceiling. They haven't done it. I'll admit that. It was a colossal failure in the college football playoff. I've said that since Monday.
So it is a failure.
Yeah.
The season's a failure.
On a national level, yes, 100%.
Okay. Then what else are we talking about, man? I'm glad that you've come to grips with that. This was a growth today.
But
you know what? I have faith in the legend killer.
I do too.
I mean,
he can be saved.
He stands up. He's accountable. He shows up, sticks by his words, says some pretty mean things sometimes, like he did Monday to some people. But he's passionate.
So. What did he say on Monday?
Chuck Brewer, regular season undefeated. Next, cool, big wins
at Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
I think. You know what? I think Jim Harbaugh getting off of the schneid when it comes to Mel Tucker was a big win. I know you guys are going to crucify me for that, but he needed to get that win really bad.
He did, because you can't get on level footing with them without winning one. What I'm saying? You have to. Yeah.
And they got it.
Yeah, he had to get off the schneid, but that's not a big win. That was a terrible team to beat.
Do you think Jim Harbaugh wants out because he knows this is his ceiling, and he doesn't get much appreciation for what he's done?
First off, I don't think it is the ceiling. I think that they could have easily beaten TCU. They just played their worst game of the year. They were favored against TCU. I think they can get to a national championship and win it down the road.
What basis?
Yeah, based on what? Yeah, again, what is that statement based on, that they could win a national championship?
It's based
hope. Is it based on hope?
It's based on the fact that they should have beaten TCU. They didn't, but they should have. They were favorites. They turned the ball over.
Right, so it's based on hope.
I suppose it is.
Okay, that's all I wanted to hear. That's all I wanted to hear.
All right.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. The show, in all caps, says the man who works at Detroit City FC. Ha ha ha. Talk about relevance. Routinely put more people in the stadium than Michigan basketball does. Routinely.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, Michigan.
But it depends on the basketball school, right?
They're not a basketball school.
They are when they're winning.
Well, when they're winning, everyone's a basketball school.
Oh, okay, cool. Good talk.
Michigan State's a basketball school.
That's what I want to know. Hey, everybody is a big boy school. Absolutely. The comfort foods at Big Boy. Wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the classic meatloaf, Cajun chicken Alfredo. What about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. The Lumberjack, the Santa Fe Garden, or the Blockbuster. Stop by your local Big Boy today. Five for Fighting coming up next.
We here at Woodward Sports would like to thank everybody who helped us stuff our studio. The 3rd annual Stuff a Studio was a major success, thanks in part to our partners at Guardian Alarm and Myers Stores for making it all possible. And of course, we couldn't do it without our community leaders and viewers like you. Thank you for dropping off toys to our studio that were taken to the Mott Children's Hospital in Ann Arbor so every sick child could have a happy holiday.
We are incredibly grateful for Woodward Sports, Guardian Alarm, and Meyer for making the holidays so special for our patients and families.
So what we do is try to bring some normalcy to their lives at this time. This is a labor of love. It brings so much joy, and not just for the families and for the children, but for our staff.
Thank you.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Neal Ruhl here for Chili Peppers Tanning, where you find the cleanest salons in the D with trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club. Get all the best deals. Chili Peppers Tanning beat the competitors' prices by at least $5. You can pick up the Australian Gold Designer Skin Cal Tan and Spencer Raxter's favorite, the Swedish Beauty Lotions.
Oh, yeah.
ChiliPeppersTanning.com, the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. They are your vitamin D headquarters. You ain't getting no vitamin D outside, everybody. And I say ain't for a fact. 27 locations more on the way. It's Chili Peppers Tanning. All right, here's how we're going to do this. We're going to knock down DMac's 5-4 fighting. And then the last segment, we're going to get a juicy J.I. Afraidy update. Are the people are going to be mad, aren't they, Terry?
They are.
Okay. Terry just did some detective work. They're going to be mad, but it is time. I don't know that I've calmed down yet, but we're going to find out. DMac coming to the stage. He loves fighting. It's DMac, Darren McCarty. $5 Jaeger bombs. Next 2 songs.
Here we go. This week's 5 for fighting. We usually do it on Wednesday, but wasn't here yesterday, so we got to get it in. First question. Jakub Vrana through waivers in Grand Rapids. Alex Nedeljkovic down there getting some time in. They win last night 3-1. Alex Nedeljkovic's first star. Any expectations out of those two going to GR, or where are you at with them?
I have more expectations for Vrana because I think it's more than hockey. That's the feeling I get. Now I haven't been in the room. I haven't talked to anybody. I just get the feeling that this move was made for more than hockey reasons. We know what he is on the ice. So all I need to do is see him get right. Personally, I'm not worried about what happens on the ice. And look, guys, this is going to sound crass, and no one's going to like this, Terry, because he has a lot of fans in the chat. There's nothing Nedeljkovic can show me down in the AHL. Like, I understand the process, and I understand what it takes, and I understand he was the #1 star in the game. Can you beat the Florida Panthers? That's what I care about. I'm sorry. If that's too much, I'm sorry. What do you think, T?
I agree with that. Vrana, I think this is a way to stack him away, have the rest of us forget about him for a little bit, and just let him heal at his own time.
Right.
Shouldn't be in Detroit, shouldn't be skating in Detroit if he's still having some issues. But if you're in Grand Rapids playing, out of sight, out of mind is probably exactly what he needs.
Spetty, put this poll question up. We'll run it through the end of this segment. But do the Wings right now make the playoffs? Yes or no? That's simple as that. Question number 2. On that front, with what you've seen, will Detroit be buyers or sellers at the trade deadline? And if so, is there somebody in mind, or who are you dangling? Who has become expendable?
Let me just get an accurate figure here. It'll take me a couple seconds.
Anybody come to mind, Terry, as far as like you might see on their way out of town, or some decisions that'll be made, or is it too early for this?
I think Neal's boy Nedeljkovic could be on his way. Maybe you can package him as a young guy and he just had a rough season, but he's still good. Maybe you can.
No one's going to believe that.
Maybe you can thump somebody upside the head with that.
I believe that they will be buyers, but I think it will be a Steve Yzerman fashion. They will be, quote, buyers of capital. No, they won't be buyers, and they won't be sellers. They'll be renters of their $5+ million.
I think
in cap
that's
space.
one that we can dig into more as this thing goes on, because I think the renting term is a new one, because you're renting, or you're
they will rent their cap space.
Renting the cap space.
Yeah.
Is there a neutral term for buying or selling? I don't think they'll do.
I think they're going to rent their cap space. I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to do Airbnb for cap space.
I was going to say they're going to be neutral.
Hey.
So can we agree that you expect some activity?
Oh, absolutely. It'll be something where, like, hey, Boston Bruins, you got that 34-year-old that's making $3 million on your bench that you want to bring somebody in that can help you, get over the top or stay over the top. But you need the roster space, as we've learned a lot about roster spacing now. You need the roster space, so send that 34-year-old $3 million guy to us. We'll take him, and we'll take a second-round draft pick, and we'll give you a 6th.
Right, and then that's how you maneuver, and that's what's been done, and that's why you have salary cap to use, and you have all these extra draft picks. So next question, number 3, are there signs to you that this team is going in the right direction, or maybe in the wrong direction? What's
you're trying to trap me, DMac. You're turning the tables.
I'm just asking a question, Neal. I'm letting you take it positively or negatively, whatever way you want to take the universe.
DMac, 20 years in the game. had this happen to him every single night. Guys like Terry Foster tried to do this to him after every game.
Not T. Foster.
And he's trying.
This is a Maz question.
Yeah, he's trying to do this to me now. He's trying to trap me, but I ain't falling for it.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. Regardless of what I said earlier, I was emotional. It's fine. There are big decisions to be made. Dylan Larkin is one. Tyler Bertuzzi is two. When we get done with the season, we're going to sit down. We're going to powwow, DMac, and the cards are coming out on the table.
Yeah, and there's no need until then. So we're not going to worry about it. What do you say, T?
I am going to be positive. They've upgraded in goaltending during the season. Even though Neal doesn't like Dylan Larkin, I like him as a player.
Any media guy.
Well, what did I say?
Neal doesn't like Dylan Larkin as your 1A.
Yes. Thank you.
I don't have to reveal all the information.
Okay.
Neal doesn't
just
like.
put the headline up
take
there,
it back that
T-Foss.
who's trying to get you here?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You threw T-Foss in there.
It's both of you guys. I got to be guarded up.
Look at it like this, though. It's good. Here's the good thing, and I will go positive. Because you look at decisions like having to put Vrana on waivers, right? When your team gets better, this reminds me, and I was talking to Daniela and Art Regner about this last night at Game Day Live. It reminds me of 93, 94. You got great players on your team, but are they the right fit? That's what we're figuring into now. So you see that because you have to make a decision on a Vrana because there's other guys on the roster that you want to keep. So to me, it's as simple as that. To be determined. Question number 4. Do you expect the Wings to be more or less than 4 points out of the playoff spot beginning February?
More. I'm getting that vibe right now. Now Florida's coming in. Oh, so everything's going to get magically better. And Florida's got to have them too, man. And they went all in. They made the big trade with Calgary. They got Tkachuk. Like, they got expectations over there. They thought that this trade was going to put them over the top and get them a Stanley Cup, or at least in a position to win a Stanley Cup. So, it's going to be more. And it's, as Metallica said, it's sad but true, Terry.
Sad but true.
I am fearful of a spring meltdown. I think the Wings can be a playoff caliber team, but I just wonder or question if they can finish off the process. I don't think they're going to be able to finish it off. That's going to be the problem. So.
The consistency is inconsistency, right? And they have a lot of holes to fill, obviously. Scoring goals is one of them. Obviously, we talk about face-offs, different players, but it's exactly where you want to be, up and down. But last question, where are you at with this Detroit Red Wings team as of today? 30,000-foot view.
It's fine. It's fine. Like the steps, again, they brought it up from an embarrassment, which is what I'm sorry, it's what it has been over the last couple of years. It's been an embarrassment, especially based on, the legacy of the club and all that kind of stuff. They brought it up to a real NHL team. They brought it up to the point where people care. I care. I was at that game. I was upset. To whereas 2 years ago when I went and that would happen, I didn't care. I just said, hey, where are we going to go get drinks at after the game? Like, that was it. So, yes, it's fine. It's progressing nicely. Stevie's doing the job. He's checking all the boxes. Remember, too, they're not fully right financially until next year.
Bingo.
They're not fully right financially. And that's big. And this you guys are going to hear me say this with the Lions next year through the summer. Even next year, they're not fully financially right. But they are the following year. So that's where
Terry, you've seen a ton of this hockey games and stuff. Where you at?
I think right now I like this team. In 2 years, I will love them, and I think that's going to be the time that Steve Yzerman is going to have everything in order, including the cap and his goaltending situation, and perhaps a number one center for Dylan Larkin, who Neal does not like. So in 2 years, we're going to be embracing, hugging, and
so to that point, on Thursday, January 5th, 2023, really, Darren McCarty, what he has to say, #WiserPlan 1919. That's all you need to know.
Update the chat poll really
now.
quick here before we cut to the final break. 69% of you say no, the Red Wings will not make the playoffs, and that's kind of where I voted with it too. So, that's what it is. It's been a long show. I'm getting kind of hungry. Maybe a turkey and Swiss sandwich?
A turkey and Swiss does sound good, but unfortunately right now we got to talk about Swiss Insurance. Be sure to check with Swiss Insurance this week for your commercial insurance review. Many businesses choose a January 1st effective date. Swiss can help make sure you have the proper coverage. Swiss Insurance, give us a shout out and you won't be disappointed. Or you can email them at mark@swissins.com. Again, that is mark@swissins.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog.
Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Final segment of the show, Big D Energy. The people are demanding a Jeff Iafrate update. Are we able to get Jeff Iafrate? What is going on here? We're running out of time.
Do you guys know who Alfalfa is?
There it is.
That's better.
They gave him Alfalfa.
Oh.
Can I see the front?
So
can we move around to the front, please?
To me.
I will accept that.
What?
I will accept that.
See?
If he keeps the Alfalfa,
yeah,
though.
she's going. I will accept it too. It was more than it, and we'll wait till the end. I'll let it be known tomorrow.
I will accept that.
I'm proud.
He shaved
It's
this
not acceptable, but I'm not going to make fun of him. How about that?
You can see his scalp. Like, that's enough.
Yeah, around the ears. So what?
Real Cream of Wheat
Give him a
says.
swag line in his eyebrow.
Real Cream of Wheat says, I vote for him leaving it like that. WoodwardSports.com chat poll. Should he leave the alfalfa sprout?
Yes.
If ever there's going to be 100%, this has to be at least.
How do you spell alfalfa?
At least 96. Like two people could click the wrong button on accident, I suppose.
Alfalfa.
This has got to be at least 96.
Is it FA or PH?
PHAT.
No, I think it's FA.
Alfalfa.
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 People saying, proud of you, Jeff. My trust has been regained in Jeff. That's from Dirty Dr. D.
That's all he had to do.
Mike G says it looks awesome. DMac, you'll like this one. Mike G says it looks awesome. It's nice and tight, just like Neal's tone.
That's how we like it here on Big D Energy.
Yep. Rad Dad Scott, here's a critical question through all of this, and I think this is very valid. He says, so here's the real question. So Jeff does care about his integrity, unlike what he said yesterday.
That is true.
Yes. You know, when you're young, you just say the first thing out of your mouth and you don't think. But sometimes you should have the opportunity to think about things, and you can adjust.
You can adjust.
And that's what the young man has done, and he's grown today. I'm very proud of him.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Jay Thomas in all caps. We want to see skin. DMac, tell the people this was enough. We're satisfied, right?
Right, because what are we looking for here, folks? We're not looking for the punishment, embarrass the kid or whatever, but we're looking for accountability, right? And he's showing it at a young age. He's shown forthcoming. He's uncomfortable, but I think it's accepted. What are we going to move forward to is I don't expect Juicy Jeff to act out of his character again. That's right. And put his hair follicles on the line.
You know what? I'm going to reclaim him as my son.
There you go.
Nicely done, Terry. Look at that. Wow. Wow, that happens. That doesn't happen a lot around here. Most of the time we're trying to stay away from some of these guys.
Uper says Michigan owns Ohio State. Why did he shave? Well, Uper, Michigan fan, ironically enough, we asked the people around Woodward Sports, what would you do if Michigan lost to TCU?
No, they got rid of the sprout.
And Jeff Iafrady said, I will shave my head.
Oh, no, it's still there.
So here we are. Updating the WoodwardSports.com chat poll. Should I'm afraid leave in the alfalfa sprout? 17% of you say no?
Ooh. Wow. That's surprising.
I think it looks good, Jeff.
Yeah. We're good here. We're good
You did
here.
a good job. You got
Hey.
HR signed off.
The next thing he needs to do is get a woman named Darla. Find a cutie pie named Darla.
With matching haircuts.
Jeff's gonna go home.
All right, say one more bad thing about Aaron Rodgers before we go.
Somebody real quick, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Give me one more thing about Aaron Rodgers. One more thing. We got that little 10-second, 15-second delay. I'll let them. Spenny, give me one in the meantime.
He eats onions like an apple.
Oh my God!
What'd he say?
He eats onions like an apple.
Oh.
You think he does that like in the name of cleansing?
Yeah,
for sure.
And then he wants to have a long conversation with you.
Yeah.
At close range.
This is
He's a close talker.
He's close. Here's a good one to end it on. Eric Wall. He wouldn't have shaved his. Aaron Rodgers wouldn't have shaved his head.
That's fact. He would have blamed it on the rest of his team.
Absolutely. And even if he did, it'd still be greasy. All right. Appreciate everybody tapping in. DMac and Terry will be captaining the ship tomorrow live from Planet Fitness in where Southgate? Southgate, right? Okay. So get on out there. Free pizza from 12 to 3. They're giving away Pistons 76ers tickets as well. So for DMac, T-Foss, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, Jeff I'm Afraidy, Bethany here at Lady Jane's as well. My name is Neal Ruhl. Thanks for tapping in.
Deuces.
Big D Energy. Well, see you later.
No smoking.